Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for Conversations with Rob. We have a special guest today, and I know a lot of people around Disney World will definitely know this guy. Maybe not by name, but a lot of people definitely know his name. But if they haven't, they call him the Candyman, King Ray. If you've been to the Festival of Lion King show, you definitely have seen him. He's that guy in the front row that gives away the candy in the queue, also in the theater, and everybody knows him in the Festival of Lion King, but not just in the Festival of Lion King, all around the parks, whether it's Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, or of course Animal Kingdom. King Ray, thanks for coming on the show today. I'm really grateful for you to be on here. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm welcome. Glad to be here.
All right, Ray, so let's move in. So, Ray, a lot of people have talked to you throughout the years at Disney, but tell us and the listeners, where are you from originally?
I was born in West Palm Beach, Florida. Moved up here in 2001. And all my family is from the Bahama Islands. All my grandparents and parents.
All right, so knowing that, and some people do know that, but I know this, and I know you wear this to the park most days. You always have your military hat. So I know you did that for work, but can you explain what were you doing in the service, and what type of service did you do in the military?
I was in the Air Force. I was stationed at Minot, North Dakota, and Suffolk County Air Force Base on Long Island, New York. And I serviced the aircraft so that they could be started. Without me, you couldn't get off the ground.
Right, and knowing that also, and I know you said you were in the Air Force, besides being in the Air Force, I know you've talked to me quite a few times about this. You were a fisherman in the Bahamas. So you did a lot of fishing over there, or what did you do as far as boat-wise?
Well, my dad was a commercial fisherman in West Palm Beach. Then I did a lot of fishing while I was in the Bahamas. I stayed there for 17 years. Mm-hmm. And then I came back to Florida and took care of my mother after my father passed away.
Right. And now you moved up here, you said, in 2001 up to the Orlando area, correct?
Yes.
So, all right, so now let's move on to the Disney part of the podcast. So what made you start going to Disney? I know you're an avid Disney guy. Me walking into your house as many times as I've seen all the Disney paraphernalia all over the house. What got you into Disney?
I started with Disney on the third day that it was open, that Magic Kingdom was open. And I've been coming every weekend, almost every weekend, and now every day.
Right. And a lot of, like I said, a lot of people do know you throughout the park. So what was your first day at Disney? Was it the first day that it opened in 1971? And
third day.
The third day, okay. All right, so knowing that, what made you, and a lot of people know you, as we talked about earlier in the podcast, as the candy guy, the candy man. Now, we've seen you pass out candy with the dum-dums and stuff. What gave you the idea to start doing that in the parks?
I don't know. And out seeing all the little kids and the cast members, I enjoy giving it to all of them, anytime.
Right. So, what any story? And I know you've touched a lot of people, made a lot of friends through doing this candy thing. Any stories that, like, people you've met through doing this? Any special people or anything you want to tell us about that?
Many people. Mostly, though, I stick with the cast members.
Right.
I enjoy the cast members very much, and we have a great time together. They're my family.
Right, and that's great. So, I've seen you around. Now, you have another friend now that does give out candy as you, named Mark. And I know Ben also calls you from one of the shows in Hollywood Studios. He says about that it's like the Muppets.
Yeah, the
Two
Muppets,
guys in the Muppets.
Muppets, and he calls me Grandpa.
Yeah, so knowing that, how'd you meet Mark, and what made him go into this candy thing too?
Well, one day I was sitting in the front row of
Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast, and he came over and introduced himself because he'd seen me there so many times.
Right.
And we got to be friends, and that's where it started from there.
Yeah, so it's like a dynamic duo now. Mark's also
Yeah.
a nice guy and stuff, and I know he goes to a lot of shows with you also. So let's talk about the Festival of Lion King now. You're a big time over there, pretty popular guy over there. What made you start going to the Festival of Lion King and kind of go, being extremely good friends with most of the cast members inside the show and also outside the show?
Yeah, well, I always look for the shows that tell a story. And the Lion King and the Beauty and the Beast and the Frozen Sing-Along, those three, and Indiana Jones too. All of those tell a story, a good story. And I really enjoy them, and they enjoy me being there.
Right, I definitely agree with that. So move on to the last couple questions of the podcast. What's your favorite park, King Ray?
I would have to say it's Animal Kingdom.
Okay. And why would that be? Just because the animals, or because of Festival of Lion King, or?
Festival of the Lion King.
Okay. And your favorite ride?
What am I thinking? What is it? I can't remember the name now.
What park is it in?
Animal Kingdom.
Flight
of Passage.
Flight of Passage, yeah. And you've rode that over, what, 200 some odd times?
253 times so far.
And you hold the record. And I think your friend Mark was starting to catch you, but now he went away, so he lost out. He'll have to try when he comes back.
He will.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get there. He's pretty avid on getting on that ride also. What's your favorite show? I think we all know the answer to this one.
Lion King.
Okay. And your favorite, as you said, for your Animal Kingdom, your favorite park, what's your favorite animal, Ray? I know you go on the safari sometimes, too.
The lion.
Lion? Yeah, so, Ray...
Lion and Timon.
Timon and Pumbaa. No Pumbaa.
Pumbaa's third.
Pumbaa's third. Well, Ray, thanks so much for coming on this podcast. I appreciate it. And I know we learned a lot about you. And this is just for a lot of the people that know you've been to Disney probably over, 3,000 or 4,000 times?
Oh, yeah, I would say that much, yes.
Because you go pretty much every day. And how many days would you say you go a year?
I would say about 350.
350. So when you see these articles, and I've seen them in the newspaper here in Orlando with, somebody goes to Disney 100 times. I mean, that's nothing compared to this guy who's been there over 3,000 or 4,000 times. So if you say 100 to 3,000 or 4,000, big difference there, ladies and gentlemen. Ray, thanks so much for coming on the podcast, and we appreciate what you do, even though I don't work at Disney, but I do appreciate what you do as far as giving candy to the cast members and also giving candy to the kids and family members. You really create a heck of an experience for not only just the cast members, but I also believe the family and friends that also come to the park. So we appreciate you doing that. And with the time, with all this craziness going on in the world, it's nice to have somebody that really cares about other people.
Thank you. I'm glad to have done it for you and for me and anybody that loves Disney World.
Disney World and the country.
Right.
All right, Ray. Thanks so much. We appreciate you.